At GCSE, all Woody students are entered into both English language and English literature. Students are taught in mixed attainment classes from Year 7 all the way through Year 11. In part, this is because there are no longer higher and foundation tiers in GCSE English. All students will sit the same exam. Our exam board is OCR, and the entire course is assessed through timed examinations at the end of Year 11. For the literature exam, we study 4 main texts: Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, The Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare, Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, and a collection of poetry focused on the theme of conflict. The English language exam is always unseen, and students prepare by studying a range of text types, including 19th century fiction and nonfiction, deepening their understanding of history and culture, and refining their writing skills. Succeeding in English at GCSE relies on a range of skills: careful reading and annotation of our set texts, active participation in class discussions, revision of subject terminology, increased accuracy in spelling and grammar, and learning to cope with the pressure of completing lengthy exams under timed conditions. Students are supported through carefully set home learning tasks, including some online resources such as Khan Academy and Quizlet, and a well-mapped Key Stage 3 curriculum that introduces key genres, authors, and skills. Students who particularly enjoy English may go on to pursue careers in law, philosophy, politics, media, and education.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sada, and I'm going to talk to you today about studying mathematics at GCSE. I want you to have a little think. Is studying maths at GCSE compulsory or optional? Well done. It is compulsory to study maths at GCSE. It is unlikely that you will need to calculate pi or solve trig equations as a chef, but learning basic math skills at a GCSE level help to build up essential skills that are used on a daily basis. Skills such as problem solving, analyzing data, communication, logical thinking, and attention to detail. Simple maths skills are used every day in the form of shopping, baking, journey planning, and driving, and that is why it is compulsory for you to learn and study mathematics at GCSE. Learning maths will support you in the study of other subjects such as PE, sciences, computing, economics, and much more. Lots of careers will require you to have good math skills and knowledge. This is not just finance and accountancy or engineering, but also computer science, civil service, game designer, roller coaster designer, and much more. So what are we going to be learning about? We will learn about number, algebra, ratio, proportion and rates of change, geometry and measures, and statistics and probability. We will be following the Excel specification at GCSE. At the end of Year 11, you will get to sit a higher or a foundation tier paper. Each tier has 3 exam papers in total. Paper 1 is a non-calculator paper out of 80 marks. Papers 2 and 3 are calculator papers, each out of 80 marks too. This means that each paper will contribute to 1/3 of your overall grade in maths. If you have any questions about maths at GCSE, please speak to your maths teacher or a member of the maths team. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to the science presentation at tonight's options evening. My name is Miss Jude, I'm second in department. I also teach double science, Key Stage 4, and I am the current triple science physics teacher. So I'm going to start tonight's presentation by asking you a question, which is, why do we study science? Science is a core subject at secondary school, and it's very interesting to think of the reasons why. Science is one of the oldest studied subjects in human history, and over the last 30 years has been the reason for the way that we live in and all the advances that we have seen come into our lives that we can't imagine living without. Here are my two favourite science quotes, which I think really represent this. In terms of our students, what do universities say about students who study a science course? So here are some quotes from some universities and from some career brochures. I think they really sum up how universities view students who have a science qualification. The two main things that I think is uniform across universities is that they all recognise that science helps students to develop a huge bank of transferable skills, some of which are listed here by King's College London. And it really helps them with the analysis, interpretation, and ability to make solid conclusions, which will be required not only in a science course if they feel to study that in the future, but also any career or type of further education that they choose to study. Harvard Graduate School also mentioned that it's a way of thinking. So it's showing our students how to look at data or evidence and to make solid conclusions. At Woodmanstein, we have two courses. We have the double award and we have the triple award. I'm going to very briefly now describe the differences between them. So most of our students take the double award. As you can see on this table, if you undertake the double award, you study still all three of the science specialisms, so biology, chemistry, and physics. If you look at the bottom of the table, it tells you that each paper for these subjects has a weighting towards a final level. And at the end of year 11, students taking the double award will leave with 2 GCSEs that are linked. And we call that the double award. This is slightly different to the triple award, also known as the separate science award, where each student takes biology, physics, and chemistry separately. Their achievement in each of the subjects does not affect their levels in the other subjects, and at the end of year 11, they will graduate with 3 separate levels, one for biology, one for physics, and one for chemistry. Our students who undertake the triple award are selected, and they are normally those students who wish to go on to study a science subject at A level and have plans to undertake a science subject at university. I'm just going to end the presentation by showing you some quotes from our current Year 10 GCSE students, who mentioned how fun and fast-paced their lessons were and how it really helped them to understand how the world around them worked. And some pictures from our triple science and our double science classes, both doing biology organ dissections. This has been a very brief presentation. So if you have any questions about either science or the 2 science courses, please feel free to email me. My email is here below, and also our head of department, whose email you can also see below. Otherwise, please ask your students to ask their class teacher, who will be very happy to help them. And we look forward to welcoming your students into Year 10 GCSE Science at Woodmanstein.
Hello everyone, my name's Miss Dixon and I'm the lead art design and technology teacher at Woodmanstein School. I'm here today to present to you the GCSEs that we offer within the department. Now we offer 2 GCSEs at the moment, which is the GCSE Art, Craft and Design, as well as the GCSE 3-dimensional design, and the exam board that we use is EduCAS. Now the courses, both courses that we run here at Woodmanstein are in 2 components. You have the portfolio compartment, which is compartment number 1, and that's worth 60% of the qualification and a total marks of 120 marks. Component 2, which is an externally set assignment, and it's worth 40% of the qualification and a total of 80 marks. Now, component 1 is a portfolio of work, okay? And like I said before, it's 60% of the qualification and the total marks available are 120 marks. Component 1 is an internal set portfolio and will be assessed internally but also externally moderated. So we will have people coming from EDUCAS to moderate our assessment process. Component 2 is externally set assignment. So that means the exam board will send in an assignment that the students will have to follow in the last element of the course. So that's component 2, and that's where 40% of the qualification and a total marks of 80 marks. Now, it's externally set and consists of 2 parts. So part 1 is a preparatorial study period. So that's where they're given the external set assignment and they get time to prepare for it with in the same way that they kind of do in component 1. So they'll work through the sketchbook or work through their design folder. And then they will actually partake in a 10-hour practical exam, which is used for them to complete and make their final piece. Now, this will be assessed by the teacher and then externally moderated. So again, the exam board will come in, moderators from the exam board will come in and have a look at how we've assessed each individual. Now, the weekly routine for both courses is 3-hour lessons a week. So that's not 3 hours in blocks, that will be spread over the week. That sometimes is a double lesson and a single lesson or a range of single lessons, but they will have 3 hours of art, craft and design as a GCSE or 3-dimensional design, and that will be broken up into practical and theory and based work. Home learning, students will be given home learning weekly, but we expect them to work independently on their portfolios throughout the course. Now have a look at this video. This shows you some of the things that our current year 10s have been getting up to. This is Key Stage 3 work actually, where they've kind of looked at abstract expressionism. These are our current year 10s working on their portfolio work. The project they're working on currently is called Interior. So you can see some of the drawing, the kind of mark making techniques that they're using, painting, looking at colour theory, understanding tertiary colours. So there's a range of practical and theory elements that they learn throughout the process. And you can see them working in large areas as well as working small. Students are really encouraged to experiment with a range of skills and techniques, so they begin to develop a style in their sketchbook. We cover a range of skills and techniques in the art, craft and design course, and the same for the 3-dimensional design. So the art, craft and design course is mainly kind of fine art, textiles, whereas the 3-dimensional design is more design technology based. So they're looking at lighting, 3-dimensional design, architecture, elements of such. So you can see here they're working on a lighting project where they're exploring different ways of fusing light through surface. Students get to work in the workshop to create their pieces. We're very lucky at Woodmanstone. We have a range of innovative and industry-based machinery that the students get to learn to use and experiment with when working through their projects. We also go out and visit when possible. We encourage students to really analyse and talk about artwork and design work with an analytical mind. So who's the course for? These courses may be for you if you are creative, enjoy learning new and innovative skills and techniques, are able to work independently. Both courses are coursework based, so you need to be able to work independently and use your initiative. Good at meeting deadlines, enjoy learning and writing about the history and contemporary world of artists and designers. possible career paths. So with GCSE Art, Craft and Design, you have the possibility of working within fashion design, textile design, shoe design, fine art, interior design and illustration, just to name a few. With GCSE 3D design, you have product design, furniture design, engineering, architecture, jewellery design, interior design and car design, just to name a few. So both of the courses are very creative and skill and technique based, but it's really, really important that I stress that there is an element that students really need to be able to analytically speak about and write about the history and contemporary world of artists and designers and allow that to inform their creativity. Well, if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to email me or call to speak to me about whether this is a course for you or for your child or anything. Any questions, feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Miss Dixon and I'm the lead art design and technology teacher here at Woodmanstone School. Thank you for listening.
Welcome to Computing at Woodmanstone School. Why computing? With technology being an integral part of our life, understanding how computers work and their coding has never been more important. Did you know that we have a shortage of programmers in the UK because of a skills shortage? Most programmers have to be employed from abroad. How is your child prepared for Key Stage 4? We now cover a comprehensive computing curriculum at Key Stage 3. Therefore, your child will be familiar with the type of content that is covered in the GCSE course. So far, your child would have covered the following topics: computer systems, data representation, binary and hexadecimal, images and sound, under the hood of a computer, computer hardware and systems software, programming, Blockly programming, algorithms. We offer 2 courses at Key Stage 4. GCSE Computer Science, 50% Paper 1, 50% Paper 2, graded from 1 to 9. Paper 1 is Computer Systems, 50%. Paper 2 is Computational Thinking, 50%. Cambridge National's Information Technology, 50% coursework, 50% exam, graded on pass, merit and distinction. Coursework, Software Development Lifecycle, 50%. The exam, Initiate, Plan, Collect, Process, Store and Present, is 50%. Is computer science new? Computer science dates back to 1702. Below are some important personalities that led to the development of computer science. Where can computing and information technology take you? Below are a variety of jobs relating to computer science and information technology. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me on these contact details.
Is Drama GCSE right for you? It is right for you if you like looking into the lives of others. It's right for you if you like looking at the world from a different point of view. There are 3 sections to the Drama GCSE and it runs over a 2-year course. 40% of the course ends with a written exam and 60% is an assessment by your teacher or a visiting examiner. Component 1 is the improvised section where you devise a performance building on ideas with your peers. There is a requirement for you to write to analyse and evaluate the success of your performance. Component 2 is different. This is based on a scripted piece where you're given 2 key extracts. You may perform as a monologue, as a duologue, or as a group piece. Again, there is the requirement to annotate and plan and evaluate your ideas. The final component is called the performance text. This is where you study a text in depth, you go to see a piece of performance, and you rehearse and try out ideas of your own in the drama studio. Drama GCSE is recognised as demonstrating your good communication skills. It can lead to a variety of different professions, from those who need confidence presenting cases in a court of law to those who go on to develop more creative design aspects of drama, and of course to the more traditional route on from your Drama GCSE. We hope that that's helped you to decide if drama is right for you.
Bienvenue en français, welcome to GCSE French. My name is Madame Rooney, and I'm just going to be taking you through a few reasons why we think you should take French at GCSE. So, pourquoi étudier le français? Why study French? University of Bath says languages are essential to live and work in a global community. At Bath, we take our students' employability seriously, and languages help to open many doors, both in the UK and abroad. So also, if you study language at university, you'll have the chance to study or work abroad, which is a great opportunity. 75% of the world's population speak no English at all. This is a myth and a stereotype that if you speak English, then there's no need for you to learn another language. That is wrong. It's more true than ever, more important than ever, that we begin to encourage young people in this country to learn another language, as it is really, really important, and times are changing. There are certain universities, I think it's only UCL and Bristol, that require you to study the language at GCSE. However, other universities, if they need to choose between two students, say both of them have exactly the same grades, they need to choose one who they can allow into their university. If one has a GCSE in another language, then that student is probably going to be chosen over the other. So it definitely does give you more room and more employability, and yes, definitely something to consider. What to expect. At the end of year 11, you'll complete a speaking exam, written exam, reading exam, and a listening exam. With languages, you can't just learn it in 2 weeks. It's not a subject you can cram. It is something that is a gradual process. You build it up, you build that skill. So yes, there are 4 exams, but by that point, in the end of year 11, you will be fully prepared to take all of those exams. People get scared about the speaking exam, but like I said, you'll be very ready by that point. So there's lots and lots of benefits of learning a language. These are the key ones that I think are really important. Your first language is really improved. It means you can see things differently in your own language, boosts brain power, provides better career choices, better grasp of cultural diversity, and you become more confident. I can definitely agree with that. It's something that means you can connect with people more, and it just makes you a better communicator overall. And it makes your travel much easier. What you can go on to do, there's lots of things that you can go on to do. There's just some of them that are listed here, but they can overall help with any subject or lead into any career in that language too. So yeah, if it pair it with English, if you take that at A level, the languages go really well with subjects like that. What are current year 10s are saying? Je m'appelle Radia, j'aime étudier le français parce que c'est intéressant apprendre de nouvelles langues. So I really agree with that. Radia said that it's interesting to learn another language or a new language. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to either ask me or your languages teacher, inside or outside your lessons. And we hope to see you next year. Bonne chance.
Hi, I'm Rhiannon, and today some of the Year 10 geographers are going to speak to you about Geography GCSE. So why is Geography a good subject to take? In the GCSE, you learn about real-world issues like climate change and a range of other interesting topics as a way to explore different people, places, and environments.
Hi, I'm Sophia, and on the side you can see what some of these topics are. There are 3 papers for the Geography GCSE. One is Physical Geography, so topics like ecosystem and weather hazards. The second is Human Geography, with topics such as global development and how to manage world resources. The final paper is a practical paper where you do 2 sets of fieldwork to learn about real-life places and the challenges people face.
Hi, I'm Taboho, and you might be thinking, what could I do with a Geography GCSE? Well, on the slide you can see a range of famous and very successful people, all who are geographers. They are successful in a huge range of disciplines, and this shows that geography can lead you to an enormous range of career opportunities. Geographers can be found working in so many different sectors, from business to finance to policy and the government. Geography is a subject that develops you in maths, science, and your written ability, making geographers all-rounders with the potential to work in many different jobs.
Hi, I'm Baron, another GCSE geographer. As Michael Palin says, geography eliminates the past, explains the present, and prepares us for the future. What could be more important than that? This is a great summary of this subject, and if you study GCSE geography, this is indeed what you will get, an opportunity to explore. Hopefully you found this video helpful in giving a quick summary of the GCSE, and if you have any more questions, please speak to Ms. Mansuri.
Hello Year 9, it's Mrs Jones here to talk to you about whether you should be taking GCSE History next year. We will continue in Year 9 with our Medicine Through Time unit, and we will have finished that by the end of Year 9. So a whole paper of your GCSE will have been finished by the end of Year 9. Another unit we will look at is USA 1954 to 1975 conflict at home and abroad. In 2020, the Black Lives Matter movement has gathered universal attention in the fight for equality, and the roots of this plight over white supremacy are learnt about in this course. You will learn about the actions of incredible figures such as Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. And we'll also look at the USA's conflict in Vietnam and sort of question how such a powerful superpower country could lose a war against quite a tiny, poor enemy. Another unit we will look at is superpower relations, which is 1941 to 1991. I think the race of the COVID vaccine by Russia and the West seems to prove that this Cold War is not over. And in this unit, we'll study the roots of it and the subsequent events, the Berlin Wall, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and learn about key figures like Stalin. Where will studying history take you? It won't just take you to working in a museum. All the people around the edge of this slide have all got a degree in history, and along inside the middle you'll see a list of careers that are popular with a history qualification, mainly law. The following slides you can read at your leisure, but the skills that history will develop are diverse and will help you with lots of your other subjects. And here are some quotes from our current GCSE students to give you an insight into what it is like. Thank you, Year 9.
Hello, I'm Mr Baxter, the head of music at Woodmanstone School. There are 5 good reasons to choose music at Key Stage 4. If you play an instrument, then 30% of the course is already taken care of because you have to submit to performances. If you love performing, then this course is ideal. There's only one exam and 60% of the course is coursework. This gives you more time in Year 11 to revise for your other exams. Music helps develop the analytical, practical and social skills valued by employers and universities because they are easily transferred to different disciplines. Creative subjects like music are assets, and employers and universities are looking for young people who have enhanced skills such as emotional intelligence, adaptability, communication and tenacity. Music improves your mental health and soothes the body, mind and soul. Making music can help you maintain good mental health during a time of high pressure like taking GCSEs. In GCSE Music, 60% of the marks are from coursework, with the remaining 40% from the listening and appraising exam. You have to prepare 2 performances, each worth 15%. One is a solo on your own, and the other is an ensemble or band performance with at least one other musician. You can play any instrument or use your voice, which also includes rapping and beatboxing. The performance unit is worth 30% of the total GCSE qualification. The other coursework unit is composition. You will write 2 compositions. The first is a free composition in any style and for any combination of voices and instruments and is worth 15%. The second composition is based on a brief set by the exam board and is also worth 15%. Like the performance unit, the composition component is also worth 30% of the GCSE music qualification. The final part of the course is the listening and appraising exam. This lasts for 1 hour and 30 minutes and takes place at the end of Year 11. Throughout the course, you will have listened to and analysed pieces of music from 4 areas of study: the concerto through time, rhythms of the world, film and video game music, conventions of pop. The exam comprises short excerpts of music from these 4 areas with oral recognition questions on the elements of music, the context of the music and the musical language used. The exam is worth 40% of the total GCSE. The BTEC music course is 75% coursework with an exam worth 25%. You study 4 units, each of which is 25%. Unit 1, the music industry, is a compulsory unit. You learn about the many organisations and job roles in the music industry and prepare for a 1-hour exam at the end of Year 11. Unit 2, managing a music product, is also a compulsory unit and is a coursework unit. You have to manage the planning, delivery and promotion of a live concert. You then choose 2 additional coursework units, each worth 25%. In Unit 3, Live Sound, you carry out the role of a live sound engineer during a gig. In Unit 4, Composition, you develop, extend and shape music for performance. In Unit 5, Performance, you develop your music performance skills. In Unit 6, Recording, you create multi-track recordings and mix these sounds together in a finished project using basic mastering and processing. In Unit 7, Sequencing, you explore music sequencing techniques using software like Cubase. You can continue with music at 6th form or college by studying it at A-level or Level 3 BTEC. Being a musician isn't the only job in the music industry. Other roles include studio engineer, artist manager and music journalist, alongside a whole range of careers covering performance, production and promotion. You could also have a career in the arts and creative industries, which might include work in film, television, theatre, radio and social media. Music is a highly regarded academic subject which could lead to a career in professions such as medicine, law, finance and media.
So here's a rundown of the GCSE PE course. We've chosen the Edexcel exam board. So the course is broken down into 2 main sections, the theory and written coursework, which is 70% of the course, and the practical is 30%. Further breakdown of this is component 1 of the theory, which is fitness and body systems. It's a 105-minute exam at the end of the course. It counts for 36% of the course. Component 2, health and performance. There's a 75-minute exam at the end of the course, 24%. And the coursework, which is a written, personalised exercise plan. It's a minimum of 20 A4 pages and is 10% of your final grade. The practical, you'll take up 3 sports, team sports and individual sports, and a free choice, all combined come to 30%. A weekly routine, an example of, would be 2 periods a week of classroom-based theory lessons. 1 period a week will be your practical rotation of various sports. For home learning, you'd take on roughly an hour a week of essay writing to do with the theory course and completing your coursework. Here are some example lessons for you. Who's this course for? If you're interested in human biology, sociology, psychology, could be for you. There's a lot of theory in this syllabus to get through in the 2 years we have, and it's worth reminding you, you'll still get your core PE lessons throughout Year 10 and Year 11. What sort of career path would GCSE put you on? If you're interested in becoming a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, any medical jobs, sports coaching, sport and leisure management jobs, this could be for you.
Hello Year 9, today I want to talk to you about the Religious Studies GCSE. At its core, Religious Studies aims to study and answer some of the deeper and more profound questions which stretch the bounds of our humanity. We look at key ideas such as the value of human life and community vision, the cultural identities which define us, bind us, and sometimes even tear us apart. We look at the practices which express our inner beliefs, as well as the complexities of right and wrong in our ever-changing world. Religious Studies dares to tackle the difficult questions life throws at us and puts students in a position to develop the tools that they need to meet the world head-on. Now, whilst all students study RS as a core subject in years 10 and 11, in line with government expectations, We offer a full GCSE for students who wish to develop their critical thinking skills, challenge themselves to think philosophically about world issues, and gain a deeper understanding of humanity. An RS GCSE can support career pathways in journalism, social work, medicine, activism, and charity, to name but a few, as well as a range of university pathways in disciplines such as politics, philosophy, sociology, and law. With such a broad range of avenues at the fingertips of religious studies, it's no wonder that it's become one of the most popular choices post-16 in the UK. The GCSE itself is comprised of 2 units. Firstly, there's religion and philosophy, an in-depth look at human responses to age-old questions around the nature of the universe and the existence of God. And secondly, we have religion and ethics, which takes a journey through moral dilemmas and ethical problems in our world. For both of these units, you will look at Christianity and Islam, and will be assessed with 2 short exams and 1 long one at the end of year 11. If you should have any further questions, do make sure that you find time to chat with either Mrs. Ahmed or myself, Mr. Mishmarani. But just remember that whatever you decide, we are going to make you fully justify your reasoning with evidence and a full explanation. Good luck, Year 9.